What's going on, guys? So today what we're going to be going over is how to place a trade. The platform that we use is MetaTrader 5 because we are linked to using FTMO. Now, I am not sponsored by FTMO. I am not an affiliate with FTMO. You can go on and buy as many challenges as you want, and I will not get any money from it. I am not ever going to be an affiliate with FTMO. I am not going to encourage you to buy a challenge so that I can make money off of it. I want you to buy the challenge so that way you can increase your discipline. And we will talk about those things in the mentality section. So what we're going over is how to take a trade. That's what we're talking about today. And I'm going to show you that there's a couple of different ways that you can do that. The first way being clicking this on the trade screen, this plus symbol right here, and it'll load you up with all of your pairs. It'll show you what ask and bid is. It'll ask what kind of order you want to put in, right? And you just click it's all self-explanatory, right? If you want to change the type of order, if you think that it's going to continue up, you put a buy stop, right? If you think it's going to continue down, you put a sell stop. If you think it's going to go down to an area and then go back up, you put a buy limit. That's your limit orders. So this on this screen is where it looks complicated. It's where it looks intimidating. So that's why we're going to go to this screen, the chart. Now, at the chart, it enables us to essentially place a trade at the click of a button, right? If we see that it's a good opportunity to get in, we can go ahead and just click buy, right? Now, when you open up a brand new account, MetaTrader is always going to give you this. And all it is the terms and conditions, accept and move on. Now, I want to go ahead and one-click trade. I just click buy, click sell. Goes ahead and puts them both right there on the chart. You can see that, just like that. Uses spread. That's how it calculates that. Just do the spread, and that's where it puts it. So your buys are going to be where your ask line is. Your sells are going to be where your bid line is. As soon as you place them. Now, let's close these guys out. Now you see I've got both of these trades running. I'll go ahead and close this one out. Go ahead and close the other one out too. Doesn't matter what they are, whether they're losses or wins, doesn't matter. So now that we've got those closed out, I'm going to go over stop orders. So a buy stop. That's the first thing that we're going to talk about. Let's say you think that price is going to break above these highs. It's just going to barrel through, right? You can go ahead and place, okay, this is where I'm going to enter the trade. If it gives me this, I'm going to put my stop loss here, and then I'm going to go a 1 to 2. We got $32, so we'll put 67. That's good. That's 1 to 2, right? Place it. So the way that this is going to work is when that ask line, that red line that you see, hits that buy stop, it's going to put us into the trade. We're going to be entered into the trade, and then when it hits our stop loss or our take profit, we'll automatically be taken out of the trade, right? Now, if you thought that price was going to go below and continue going below, that's where you have a sell stop, right? So if where price is, if you go above, it'll change it to a buy stop. If you go below, it'll change it to a sell stop automatically. You don't have to choose those things, right? The only thing that you'd have to choose is if you want it to be a limit order. Okay, so say you thought it was going to go below. You put your sell stop right here. Just like that. And on the sell stop, we don't have a stop loss. We don't have a take profit. It's just the entry, right? So you can customize all of these trades. You can delete them all from the chart screen, just as I showed you. Now, if this video does move a little quick for you, because this is really simple for me. I've been doing this for a long time. I started trading in 2019, and I've created multiple six-figure earners throughout my journey in doing this. And I want to create seven-figure earners. That's what I'm about. I've seen some people that are still doing it, that are about to be seven-figure earners, and they've put themselves in that position. They took what I taught them, achieved six figures, and then they learned something new. They learned something more. They bettered themselves, and now they're on the way to being a seven-figure plus trader. So that's the way that you take a trade. It's really simple. If you think that price is going to come down and then it's going to go back up. That's what your limit orders are for. Buy limits are for price coming back down and then buying back up. Sell limits are for price going up and then selling back down. And it's the same concept. You can go ahead and put your stop loss and your take profit in. So, this trade right here is a 1 to 3 example. Place buy limit, right? So if it comes down and it triggers right here, it'll continue on up. Now, with it being a buy, what that means is the ask line, the red line, has to cross over the limit in order to trigger the trade, okay? So it has to go into the negative a little bit to trigger in the trade, and then it'll go in your favor. So that's the way that you take a trade. The way that I like to take a trade, now I'm going to delete all of these off of the screen. I don't care that I'm not blue there. So the way that I do it is real simple, man. I use the top right button, and I'm either going to buy or I'm going to sell, right? So let's go ahead and get on the 15-minute chart, and let's see what we think she's going to do. So right here, we see that we still have a little bit of a fair value gap that's left. It went barely into the fair value gap. And we have, on a lower time frame, relative equal highs right here, right? And again, we have relative equal highs right here. So I think that the liquidity is sitting up above here. I do not believe that the liquidity is down below. And so this is how I would do my analysis, right? And let's say, for example, this one was filled. There's no inefficiency here. There's slight inefficiency here. So I'll go ahead and do like a rectangle for that one. Yeah. And so there's this zone. Price could trade within it. If it comes down and breaks below this low right here, this is what I'd have it set up as. Because there's only a couple different scenarios that can occur, right? This would be the structure. Yeah, perfect. 1 to 3, 1 to 2, just like that. And that's kind of how I'd set everything up. If I were to use stops or limits, the way that when I see price moving, right? When I see price gaining momentum, I am market execution. I'm going to click the buy button. I'm going to click the sell button, and I'm going to let it do its thing, right? I'm going to let it do its thing. The reason I'm using market execution is because I have faith in my entries. I have faith that they're going to move in my direction. I have the discernment to recognize, okay, this is when momentum is shifting. And that's a muscle. Some people, they only use buy, stop, and limit orders. They don't ever go into market execution. It's an individual to individual thing. But those are the buttons that you have to click. And that's how you do it. MetaTrader's real simple, real easy. You could even do it from the quotes side, You click on your pair and you click trade and it'll take you to this screen. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. I do it straight from the chart because it's the easiest, it's the most simple. You got buy and sell buttons right on the chart. If you want to put a special kind of order where you're making more of a prediction, price is going to go here and then do this. As you are like me, you trade Smart Money Concepts, which is ICT, which he explains that price moves algorithmically. If you think buyers and sellers are in control of the market, that's a myth. And I appreciate you for believing in that so that one day you can hand me my McDonald's too. I'm just playing. But I don't eat McDonald's. They put human meat in the food. But that's how you do it, guys. If you got any questions, please reach out, comment, post, get involved. And until next time, I appreciate you.